Hi, everybody. I am Natalie Horan, and welcome to another episode of Mice Bites. So today I'm really excited about this brand because they're bringing something totally new and different to the table. Today we're talking with Sean Mahoney from Transcend Cruises, a company that's built exclusively for groups with ships designed specifically around mice needs. He's going to show us why planners are loving this new approach to cruising. And as always, we will wrap up with a quick Q&A at the end. So drop your questions in the chat. Here is Sean.
Super. I'm going to put myself in the presentation mode here. Okay. All right. Just by way of reintroduction, my name is Sean Mahoney. I am the Senior Vice President of Sales for Transcend Cruises. Thanks again for joining us today for this webinar, or for if you're viewing it on demand. Beyond a name, Transcend Cruises' mission is to rise above and outdo any other incentive reward experience you may be considering. Unlike conventional ocean cruises or resorts, Transcend Cruises ensures privacy, exclusivity, and full brand customization. This hypothetical incentive travel reward experience that I'm going to share with you is not just a trip, but a celebratory voyage of achievement designed especially for the winners and their guests. Immersive and authentic, Transcend delivers bespoke, cultural, and interactive experiences in the heart of Europe on the Danube and Rhine rivers. Unlike land-based destinations, we seamlessly blend multiple iconic cities and cultures without the hassles of multiple hotels and transfers. Every activity throughout your voyage fosters networking, knowledge sharing, and connection. Finally, in keeping with our brand promise, the sustainable operations and responsible travel, you can be assured that your event will contribute to the well-being and prosperity of the people and places that welcome you during your voyage. Before we dig deep, here's a quick look at our market-disrupting brand pillars, all of which contribute to an experience we call the Innovation Odyssey, rewarding excellence on the Danube. Some of you may shy away from cruises, viewing them as complex or unfamiliar, leading you to stick with what you know, and that's mostly land-based events. This is where Transcend Cruises steps in, transforming the cruise planning process and purchasing process from a daunting task into an exciting opportunity. We specialize in making cruise events accessible to those who may be hesitant to explore this option. We offer tailored solutions that demystify the process, ensuring that every detail is handled with care. We'll guide you through each step, from selecting the right ship and itinerary to customizing onboard experiences. Now, having been purpose-built for groups, Transcend enables you to confidently step out of your comfort zone. This not only expands your event options, but also delivers an unforgettable guest experience, blending the best aspects of both land and sea. Your adventure begins in Vienna, Austria, a city of imperial grandeur and artistic brilliance. Guests will be met at the airport and transferred directly to the vessel. When they arrive at the vessel, they'll be greeted with a personal welcome message from the CEO on the large screen in the hull. The screen can be used throughout the voyage to surprise and delight guests with more personalized content. This is just one of many opportunities to make the vessel your very own, using a sophisticated suite of digital branding tools. For instance, all the signage throughout the vessel is digital and can be customized on the fly. Do your vendors help to underwrite your event? Well, we could rename a venue for them and feature their logos and videos virtually everywhere. The branding opportunities are limitless. In fact, we can even adjust the ambient lighting throughout the vessel to match the colors of your logo, like you see here in the guest corridor. We'll keep your guests entertained and informed with other personalized video messages, port information, agenda items, and more, using the monitors at every entryway to each stateroom. Your guests can even upload their own images and videos to the monitors to showcase their exploits throughout the voyage, should they prefer. There are 60 identical, oversized staterooms on the vessel, sparing your guests those uncomfortable comparisons between rooms, and all of ours feature full-width, floor-to-ceiling in-room balconies. They are about 25% larger than the industry average at 210 square feet. Guests will enjoy a complimentary welcome gift, the Samsung Art TV system, dual wardrobes, quiet sleep sound cancellation system, twice daily room service with turn down, and a variety of other luxurious yet circular or recycled finishings in the room and throughout the vessel. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, what about suites? Well, surprise, on this vessel, every pair of rooms can be combined to create a one-bedroom suite. So you get to determine the number of suites. You can have a 30 all-suite event, or you can have 60 staterooms for 120 guests. If you've ever cruised, you know that the showers typically aren't that large, certainly not large enough for two people to shower together. Well, in the suite configuration, the wall between the showers of two adjacent rooms pivots open, creating a two-person spa shower. And that's just one of many market-disrupting innovations you'll enjoy with Transcend. Once guests are checked in and enjoy lunch on the vessel, they're invited to remain on board, or they might want to grab one of our complimentary e-bikes to explore Vienna before a special welcome reception and dinner. But first, I want to introduce you to the studio. This is deck one at the water level, and where the other lines put their entry-level rooms. On our vessels, it's a 1,500 square foot event venue available for meetings and other events. Throughout your voyage, this space will serve as a small exhibit designed to provide your winners with an exclusive sneak peek at the products you'll be introducing next year. There are 3 double occupancy staff rooms located adjacent to this room, which you don't have to take from the guest complement of rooms. There's also a fully dedicated staff office located in this area as well, featuring printing and other office capabilities, as well as lockable storage for all the event swag that you bring with you. Tonight, you're invited to dine under the stars as the vessel remains in port. This night, you can incorporate the mega screen on the deck into your official welcome and evening entertainment as well. The screen is available for use throughout the voyage. It's fully visible in the direct sunlight and ideal for meetings, lectures, and more. By the way, we'll provide you with a platform where you can easily upload all of the assets for the screens you've seen. The platform even allows you to preview what your video, logo, or copy will look like on each screen or any of the many digital signs throughout the vessel. Following a morning to themselves, guests will enjoy an exclusive luncheon in the gardens of Schönbrunn Palace, followed by a private Mozart and Strauss performance before heading back to the vessel, where they'll enjoy a gourmet Viennese-inspired multi-course dinner in the main restaurant, featuring complimentary regional wines, as well as a full open bar, which can be enjoyed throughout the entire voyage. Now, you may be surprised to learn that our vessels are the only in the river industry with 5 venues that will accommodate all guests on board and that are conducive to group events. While the restaurant or main lounge on other vessels may technically fit everyone, they lack the unobstructed sight lines, flexibility, or layout, making a simple toast or announcement at meals problematic. Prefer one large table for 100 guests in the restaurant? No problem. How about a supper club with a live performance at the center of the restaurant? You got it. Incidentally, every culinary experience is complimentary throughout your voyage, including room service and other opportunities to dine between meals in a variety of unique venues. You'll awake the following morning in Bratislava, a city offering a charming blend of medieval history and modern vibrancy. Following a tour of Bratislava Castle, guests will enjoy a private hands-on experience with Slovak artisans to produce their very own commemorative ceramics and textiles. They'll have the option of remaining in port to explore some more, or to head back to the vessel where they can enjoy an unprecedented 2,600 square feet of spa and wellness space spanning 3 levels and including a well-equipped fitness center, river-facing dry sauna, wet area with a jacuzzi for 8, an ice room, an experiential shower, 2 private massage rooms, and a barefoot walking path and yoga pad up top. By comparison, our vessels feature more wellness space per guest than the new ocean-going Ritz-Carlton vessels. Now, you're lucky to get a treadmill in the basement with most other river lines who typically cater to an older leisure guest who is more sedentary, so to speak. After an energizing workout or relaxing spa treatment, guests are welcome to unwind and network at a cocktail reception before dinner, followed by live entertainment and an exciting dance party in the main lounge. This venue, like every other on the vessel, is equipped with a sophisticated suite of audiovisual equipment, making it ideal for meetings too. You see the water-like feature on the ceiling to the right. There's another in the main lobby, and both can also be customized with video and copy. For instance, maybe it's your logo simply floating on the ceiling, or a video message from the CEO inviting everyone to get up and boogie. I'd encourage everyone, however, to conga or cha-cha back to their rooms a little early tonight because they'll want to be well rested for a scenic biking experience through this exclusive wine estate in the Wachau Valley, including a private meet and greet with the vintner. I'd recommend against sipping and cycling, or you're liable to end up in the Danube River, but don't fret because the vintner will be joining you back on board the vessel for a special wine pairing and dining experience featuring locally sourced and prepared selections. You'll awake the following morning in the Bavarian gem of Passau, where you'll enjoy a guided tour of the city's medieval origins before visiting a local university to donate your time, knowledge, and thought leadership in a special workshop. And while on the topic, I want to demonstrate our commitment to sustainability and responsible travel, which are very important aspects of our overall brand promise. At Transcend, these standards guide virtually everything we do, from best-in-class practices in ship design, operations, and onboard services, to voyage itinerary development, shore experiences, and more. It's our objective to deliver the safest, most sustainable, and responsible experiences for our guests and the residents of the beautiful destinations we visit. In the meantime, your voyage is nearly at an end. It's back on board for the final night gala awards presentation and dinner. This evening, your awards presentation will feature special entertainment, including encore performances by some of the street acts you encountered during your tour in Passau, as well as a fond look back at your journey and a commemorative video of your experiences throughout the week. The forum pictured here is the only 2-tiered amphitheater on any river ship. This cutting-edge performance quality venue is ideal for events requiring front-lit AV, like your awards presentation, or culinary demonstrations, lectures, and special entertainment. We could even stream the awards presentation back to headquarters so those that didn't qualify can see what they're missing. This evening will culminate with a very special gala dinner before everyone returns home the following morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is more than just a trip. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that celebrates success, nurtures relationships, and immerses your guests in a journey of culture and connection. Before we open it up to your questions, I have a special call to action to share with you. Whether you participated live this afternoon or are viewing this webinar on demand, if you submit your request for proposal for 2026 space by May 15th, you earn a complimentary full open bar featuring beer, wine, soft drinks, spirits throughout the entire voyage, and complimentary gratuities. If that RP is for 27 space, and submit it by May 15th. You get those two things as well as 2026 rates. We'll protect those rates without the typical year-over-year increase. All right, that's it. So I'm going to stop sharing, and you should then have both Natalie and I back. Here we are, and I'd love to answer your questions if you have any.
Yeah, hi, Sean. That was great. We do have a couple questions. So let's see. The first one is, do you require a minimum number of nights to charter?
That's a very good question. We don't.
Really?
We say 3, but to be honest, we'll consider anything. But this is the glory about partnering with Transcend, because you get to determine the number of nights. You get to determine where the voyage starts and ends, as well as the voyage itinerary. With the others, maybe you get some flexibility in the middle of the itinerary, but you got to start it and end it here and there, because that's where the retail voyages start and end. Maybe you need 5 nights, but they're going to charge you for 7 because that's what they published in their brochure, in their deployment that goes to all the retail agencies out there, and they can't sell 2 nights to their normal guest demographic. So yeah, any number of nights.
Wow, yeah, that's a major difference. Okay, next question. You have 2 vessels under construction currently. When do they enter service?
Yep, we have, first of all, the plant was only 1, but it's selling so well. We started construction on the second shortly after. We're already at about 75% sold for 26 alone, and getting there for 27. But the first ship comes or enters service in April of next year. That's on the Rhine River. The second ship just a month later in May on the Danube River.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, I will say, I'm going to add, then the plan is 2 ships every year thereafter until we're about a fleet of 10 or 12 total. But
Okay.
always on the Rhine, Danube, the Mosel, the Main, 75% of the navigable rivers in Europe.
Right. Okay, next. What does it cost to utilize AV equipment and all the innovative branding technology?
Another very good question. Everything I showed you, those beautiful monitors on the sides of the vessel, the one up top, the screens at the entryway of every stateroom, all the digital signage, all included. The only time we charge if you had some extraordinary requests, like streaming back to the headquarters to show the losers what they're missing out on. That would cost a little more. It requires a little more work on our part, but most everything else is included.
How about tours? Are tours included?
Tours are not included. Good question. Some of the others include tours. Keep in mind, these are tours designed for their leisure guests, because that's where they do the significant majority of their business. They're designed for leisure guests, leisure travel, not group events. Kind of a second-class citizen if you're a group event with those lines. So what they're offering you is the city walking tour with the masses. That includes the cathedral and the castle.
Mhm.
And as you all know, for most corporate events or an incentive program in particular, that doesn't work. So if you don't take it because you're going to do something much better, it's not as though they always give you any credit for not taking theirs. So we don't include them. And instead, we prefer to have a discovery type discussion with you, given all the wonderful ways to customize a full ship charter, including tours. We talk about your demographic, the kinds of experiences that have worked well or not so well in the past, and we help to curate the perfect itinerary that addresses all of your needs and expectations.
It makes sense. When you work with groups, you can have very, very different groups. There's a group who wants a walking tour and one who doesn't want to walk at all because they can't or don't drink, or that makes total sense.
Well, in most incentive experiences, they wish to incorporate, that the whole goal to an incentive reward experience is to create an impossible to replicate experience those guests can't get on their own. So it's not the walking tour of the cathedral and the castle. It's an exclusive dinner in the castle where there's no other people, or it's the exclusive concert, the Mozart concert in Vienna, things like that.
Well, and that's the kind of stuff that makes the planner look good. The planner looks so connected, and this is great.
Absolutely. I can't underscore that enough about helping to demystify this whole cruise thing. Cruising, unfortunately, still an enigma for so many planners. River cruising is even a greater enigma. But it's the fastest growing segment in the cruise industry. We take all of the guest work out. We are a product by planners, event planners for event planners. So we are going to help you to make informed decisions about how best to make that program you've done in a boutique luxury resort in Europe for years, how to make it work on a river ship instead.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely suggest anybody who's even slightly curious just to send in your RFP, and you will probably be very surprised with how it compares to an alternative on land.
Absolutely. Or reach out to me. I can do a much more thorough presentation. I've not even covered all of what we have to offer, which is really mind-blowing. So I'm happy to do that. I'm sure you have my contact details somewhere here, and I'll be reaching out to you nevertheless myself. So you can't hide.
Thank you so much, Sean. That was great. Yeah. So, get in touch with Sean, get in touch with me. And that was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Natalie. Bye, y'all. Appreciate your support. Keep us on your radar scope.
And I will be back next week, same time, same place, but with Alejandro from Charisma Hotels and Resorts.
All right. Good luck, Alejandro. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.